KTVU has learned something about fresh fruits and vegetables that may alarm you. A large number has been found to contain pesticides and some an illegal amount. In tonight's special report, KTVU's John Fowler tells us about the surprise inspections and what we uncovered when we did our own testing.
Just after dawn, San Francisco's bustling wholesale produce mart. 30 companies, over $500 million in vegetables and fruit every year. Bound for restaurants and stores across the Bay Area. Food safety? It's mostly trust.
Yes. Our shippers, our vendors, we trust them.
But should you? We discovered what some call the hidden secret on much of the produce you buy. Our camera was there for this surprise inspection.
Nice to meet you. My name is Alberto.
State Inspector Alberto Marin. Experienced eyes selecting produce as carefully as any shopper. But he and his team are looking for hidden danger. All the produce here looks good. The problem is not something you can see. It's revealed only by high-tech testing.
Different type of tomatoes, so we're going to do the sampling of tomatoes here.
California has the most rigorous and comprehensive pesticide regulations in the United States. This random and unannounced test, just part of a system to keep your food safe.
Of course, we get produce from other countries as well, and that's where we tend to find some of the problem.
The state says usually about 40% of all samples have at least some amount of pesticides.
About maybe 3 to 4% of the time, we will find produce that has pesticides that's beyond the legal limit.
We discovered pesticide violations are up sharply over last year. The state fined one Watsonville strawberry grower 3 months ago for intentionally using an illegal pesticide on his entire crop. Federal health officials insist pesticide benefits outweigh any risks, but even small, legal amounts can add up unacceptably, says Pesticide Action Network's Kristen Schaefer.
We're still using over 1 billion pounds of pesticides a year in this country. It's too much, and it's actually not a problem we can shop our way out of.
Marin said his team often selects more imported items because China, Spain, Guatemala, Peru, Mexico, and other countries are more lax with pesticides.
There is a risk over there in having produce that have more than what we accept here.
We wanted to find out what was in the Produce Mart samples. Investigators bagged, tagged, and took 18 samples for advanced analysis at a special state laboratory. Testing 3,600 samples a year, costing about $1,000 each, not paid by taxpayers, but rather by fees on pesticides sold in California. We saw each of our samples chopped and pureed. Then a little of each run through advanced machines that compare chemical signatures to any of 320 pesticides.
It's like every person has their own fingerprint, every compound has their own fingerprint.
Our results, 15 of 18 samples, 83% positive for pesticides. That's double what's expected, although none exceeded federal standards. The highest, California-grown oranges, a little over 1/3 the limit for a fungicide. Ironically, 2 of 3 samples free of pesticides, tomatoes from Mexico. And California strawberries had residues from 8 different pesticides.
Now, each one of those might be at a level that's well below the safety level, but we don't know very much about that combination and what that means in your body.
The bottom line, again, trust. Inspectors can't test everything, so know your grocer, check labels, and ask questions. Then wash and peel your produce. John Fowler, KTVU, Channel 2 News.